Alright, it's the one and only Harrington coming to you from what do we call this? With a shitty, fake blonde haircut in Mexico. I just want to tell you, it's not over until the fat lady sings. It's it's not over. You might think it's over, right? Like, I'm 35. Should I think it's over? T- tell me, is it over for me? Because you have to have endurance. And also, there's the concept of time frames, which I've come up with. So, there's different time frames. Uh, for example, Sigmund Freud didn't write his first writings on psychoanalysis until he was his 40s. Granted, you may think that's negative, and there were negative aspects to that. But you gotta think about yourself. You are your own person. You're not anyone else. You're not me. You're not Michael Jordan. You're not Obama. You're not Donald Trump. You're none of those motherfuckers. You are you. So there's going to be a set of specific circumstances that lead you to be successful, quote unquote, successful, whatever that means. Whatever that means. I'm just getting pissed off at people saying, like, oh, it's over. Is it over at 70? Beethoven was deaf and wrote the greatest symphonies at 80. Explain that to me. Granted, you could say, well, I'm not as Beethoven. You're good at something else, motherfucker. Or maybe the same thing. So don't give me this bullshit. I'm tired of this bullshit. This is a real Harrington right here. I'm getting angry. I'm getting frustrated at the imbecility of humanity. Okay? Should I apologize? Say, oh, I'm so sorry. I should have said that. I should be more, soft with my speech no, fuck that. People are suffering right now. Suffering in a way, certainly in the first world, that has never occurred. So you've got like, look, it's not easy. Is it easy? If it was easy, I'd be jumping around with fucking, you know, Jello and hookers and fucking cocaine. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Okay. You gotta get a plan. You gotta understand corporations. There's S corps, there's LLCs, there's general partnerships, there's sole partnerships. In the book How to Get Rich, written by a billionaire who is now deceased, he wrote, you gotta have the lion's share, even if that's 51%. Okay, that's critical. So you gotta have the lion's share of the company, and you have to have control of the company. You have to have creative control of the company, and then you have to have financial control of the company. If you are the visionary, are you the visionary? Not everyone is, and that's okay. That's okay. You, not everyone's a fucking visionary. Not everyone's a fucked up artist, sensitive soul psychologist like me. Okay? There's a lot of downsides to that. To be a real pedantic person who follows rules, there's a lot of benefits to that, actually. Anyway, look. Can I take a 1 minute break? Just, just. I'm not editing this. This is filmed on a Microsoft laptop. You like these sexy uber sexy pants. Sorry, I'm in Mexico. It's 100 degrees. It's 80 at night. Look, you gotta be who you are. Now that sounds trite. So let's deconstruct what that means. What are your talents? You are a unique human being on the planet, and you have talents. You do, whether you want to admit them or not. You have talents. You have a unique brain formed of just bazillions, trillions of brain cells interconnected. You're telling me you don't have a talent. Okay. Hold my beer. You're full of shit if you believe that. If you believe that, you've got to pull it out, and it's been so hard. It's been so hard the last 8 years, 9 years I've been gone. I'm gonna come back on my official channel. This is just like a temporary thing. Uh, Look, I've been stabbed in the back, beaten by Polish ogres, robbed by Mexicans, robbed by Colombians. I've been through some shit. I've been to 70 countries. I've had sex with more women than you if you're a man watching. I don't say it to brag, but I had to go through a lot of things to have those experiences. And I don't want them wasted. I want you to have the best life. And having the best life, like, what does that mean? To a lot of people, it's a house, kids, a nice Labrador Retriever or Rottweiler. Always my personal favorite, Rottweilers. Because I had a mama dog Rottweiler when I was growing up, and she would take care of me and let me ride her. She was just the best. Then there's going to come times when things go shit. You lose everything you love. You lose everything you love. You lose it all. And then you have to re-evolve. These are like probably the hardest things in life to get. I'm starting I'm starting to get them. And I've studied psychology for since 29. So yeah, and I'm not like a psychologist. I'm like a rough and tumble psychologist. I get in the fucking muck. I actually asked a psychologist, a guy who graduated from Yale Medical School, what's the concept of syncopation? Not out of animosity. I was just like, oh, I really like syncopated music, like jazz, blues, funk, rock, you know, syncopated, rhythmically syncopated. He had no clue. He had no clue. But really intelligent guy. I mean, I don't knock him. So okay, let's return to base. Return to base. You got to get your life on track, and that takes pain. I'm sorry. I really am. Pain. You got to go through a lot of pain to transform your life. Now, you could be born into success and then it's just luxury. It's like succession or whatever. But if you want to go from a bad place to a good place, you got to find that inner core. And the inner core is actually simple. It's just hard. People conflate simple with stupid. No, 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 no. Simple is actually sometimes the hardest. What's the hardest way to climb up a mountain? Go straight up. Don't take the circuitous route. So simple is actually easy in concept, hard in practice. There's a difference. I just really feel for all the people that are suffering right now, the post pandemic. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what side of the political. You need to have ideological flexibility. Because what if you're wrong and you don't question? If you're wrong about something, even a minor thing, and you don't question it can lead to calamity, absolute calamity. Now, uh, this video is for a general audience. This isn't a depersonalization video. Okay, like what 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 are my passions? Okay, music and art, psychology, and helping people. It makes me feel good to help people. If I don't help people, I feel like shit. I feel like a sack of dog shit. And that's how I felt for many years now. So there has to be a compulsive element, maybe not necessarily, but oftentimes a compulsive element to a passion. Something Thomas Friedman wrote in The World's Flat is that there's something called a passion quotient. It's not about your intelligence. It's not about IQ. It's about your passion. Are you passionate? There was an island in the Caribbean. One guy made it out, made it to the major leagues. Guess what happened? Dozens of guys made it out. That's from the book Talent is Overrated. Talent is overrated. It's great to have talent to be fucking Mozart and whoever. But that's the message for today. I love you. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'll come back. I mean, if we're gonna make a sexual analogy here, you ain't walking for days.